Chapter 698, Aftermath. Considering Madame Magician's conjecture, Lumion suddenly felt that the deceased Death, the ancestor of the Eggers family, was indeed legendary. After becoming a true god, he seemed to have gone mad. He incited the Pale Disaster. His demise created the Berserk Sea, isolating the northern and southern continents for more than a millennium. He had a connection to the mysterious underworld Taoist. He buried the abomination corpse of the devil monarch. He left behind the massive Balam Empire with numerous descendants. The golden mask he created for his descendants to enter and exit the underworld is still being fought over to this day. Lumion retrieved the golden mask he had obtained from Hisoka from his traveler's bag. He caressed its cold surface and sighed silently. This is a true deity's creation. With a sigh, Lumion read the last 2 pages of the lengthy letter. Back to yourself. The underworld Taoist mark on you only seals the influence of the Blood Emperor's remnant aura on the outside world. It doesn't eliminate its existence. In other words, you can no longer use Alista Tudor's remnant aura to scare others. However, it can still be useful when you need to verify your corresponding identity. There are pros and cons to this situation. Although you've lost your potent means of intimidating others, you don't have to worry about attracting the attention of certain high-ranking individuals by using the Blood Emperor's remnant aura. Furthermore, the underworld Taoist mark might have a special effect in the future. Emperor Roselle once said that since you can't resist, try to enjoy yourself. Lumion turned his right hand over and looked at his palm. Compared to the decay in his dream, only a small pale white mark remained. Beneath the pale whiteness, a faint red scarred mark could be seen. What special use can it have? To intimidate the undead? Lumion muttered to himself in puzzlement, momentarily at a loss. At the end of the letter, Madame Magician wrote, "This year's Dream Festival may have ended, but the special dream and ancient tomb haven't disappeared. The Dream Festival will still happen next year. When the time comes, the demon from the Noise family and his Rose School of Thought allies, who confirmed the ancient tomb's situation this year, might continue their attempts. They might even bring more targeted and powerful items, beyonders, or projections. Not only do we have to stop them when the time comes, but we also have to make preparations in advance. Furthermore, for the special dream to still have dream projections as guardians, we can't relocate the entirety of Tizimo. Therefore, we have to do something for the people here. Of course, after completing the last task, the subsequent problems of the Dream Festival will have nothing to do with you unless you become an angel by then. But isn't that too far-fetched? The last thing you need to do is enter that special dream with the half-finished brass charm I sent with the letter, and perform the following ritual before the Black Ancient Tomb. The complete process of the ritual is..." After carefully reading the ritual's description, Lumion assessed his spirituality and stowed away the half-finished brass charm. Then he retrieved the golden box containing the peculiar soil, unfolded the letter, and penned a reply. "Honorable Madame Magician, I will follow your instructions and complete the ritual. This is that strange soil." Lumion paused and added, "Remember to send back the box containing it. It was made of gold." Recalling Lugano's promise of compensation and Ludwig's growing appetite, Lumion, who was quite wealthy, felt the need to be frugal. He didn't need to worry about the potion formula, beyonder ingredients, or mystical items for the time being, but he needed to provide for 2 people now. Furthermore, gold played an important role in mysticism. Franca had been accumulating gold in recent months, hoping to forge a golden body for Armored Shadow, Chen Tu. After writing the reply, Lumion set up a ritual and summoned the doll messenger. The messenger remained cautious and furtive, not uttering a word. What did it sense? Lumion was about to inquire when he suddenly thought of a possibility. Could it be because Miss Messenger, whom Madame Magician mentioned, had been here? They are both messengers, so they might know each other and be related, and that person is an angel. Lumion shut his mouth and watched as the doll messenger retreated into the candlelight with the golden box. He extinguished the candle, stowed away the ritual-related items, and returned to the living room. He sat across from Ludwig, who still had half his food left untouched. Lumion looked at Ludwig, who wore a blue pajama hat with yellow stars, and smiled. "Lend me something." Ludwig raised his head, his mouth moving as he inquired with his eyes. Lumion maintained a friendly smile. "The gold coin from earlier." Ludwig lowered his head and focused on eating a piece of beef jerky, as if he hadn't heard Lumion. "It'll only take half an hour." "Yes, half an hour. I won't cause any harm. I'll definitely return it to you as it was," Lumion said with a sigh. "I've been providing for you for a long time, giving you food and drink." At this point, Lumion suddenly stopped. After a few seconds, he continued, "Isn't that worth lending me your lucky gold coin for half an hour? When have I ever lied to you?" "Often," Ludwig mumbled. He looked up at Lumion for a few seconds before retrieving the lone gold coin from his pocket. 20 minutes tops. "Deal." Lumion swiftly accepted the lucky gold coin with a radiant smile. To conserve his spirituality, he refrained from teleporting. Instead, he moved swiftly through the shadows and arrived at Hisoka Twenaku's house. Robert and Amandine had already left. Lumion found a spot and leaned against the wall. Using cogitation, he quickly drifted off to sleep. In the special dream, in the primitive forest. Using the shadows and the darkness, Lumion reached the edge of the dream and found himself in the chaotic zone. After some thought, he left the shadow and donned the golden mask crafted by death. Amidst the cold corrosion and heavy pressure, Lumion saw a dream fragment of a black ancient tomb and the path leading to it. He quickly reached his destination. The corpses had vanished, leaving only the ancient tomb, resembling a black boulder, standing silently. Lumion removed the mask and observed for a moment. Using a raised tree root as an altar, he placed candles, essential oil, herbal powder, a cauldron, and the half-finished brass charm on it. He followed the instructions in Madame Magician's letter and dealt with them one by one. Finally, Lumion placed the lucky gold coin between the two candles corresponding to Mr. Fool. Instead of creating a wall of spirituality, he lit the candles in the order from God to person, from left to right, and took 2 steps back. Lumion gazed at the burning candle flame and recited in ancient Hermes. "The fool that doesn't belong to this era, the mysterious ruler above the gray fog, the king of yellow and black who wields good luck." Silently, a thin gray fog emanated from the void, enveloping the area around the black ancient tomb and the entire special dream. Lumion's left chest heated up slightly, preventing his thoughts from slowing down, and his body showed no signs of disintegrating. He quickly took 2 steps forward and ignited the corresponding essential oil extract and herbal powder. He placed the half-finished brass charm in the center of the altar. Then Lumion straightened up and said in Hermes, "I implore you. I implore you to grant this charm power. I implore you to allow this power to control this dream." After reciting all the remaining incantations and completing the remaining steps of the ritual, Lumion saw the lucky gold coin emit a hazy glow. One of the candles representing Mr. Fool darkened, and the other took on a brass hue. Immediately after, the darkness and brass candlelight entangled with the half-finished brass charm. The brass charm emitted a blinding light, and Lumion couldn't help but close his eyes. By the time he adjusted and opened his eyes, the brass charm had vanished. The soil, rocks, and tree roots in front of the black ancient tomb surged, forming a tombstone-like object. Ancient Fasak words appeared on the tombstone one after another. "All living beings are equal before the law. Even angels can be killed by ordinary people. Lost items are regarded as abandonment. Anything can be done during the Dream Festival, but not killing or rape. Murderers shall die. Rapists shall die." What pathway's power is this? It resembles the Arbiter pathway. Killing isn't allowed for the next Dream Festival. Even an angel can be harmed by me. Lumion hadn't expected Madame Magician's preparations. He swiftly packed his belongings and planned to leave the area. Finally, Lumion had an idea when he saw the tombstone. With a smile, he retrieved a card from his traveler's bag, bent down, and placed it on the ground beneath the tombstone. It was a tarot card depicting a man in green, holding a wand against attacking wands at the foot of a mountain. Minor Arcana card, 7 of Wands. Lumion didn't know if the tarot cards representing him could remain in the dream or in front of the tombstone. He simply wanted to give it a try. After all, he hadn't done so since becoming a member of the Tarot Club. Upon returning to the real world, Lumion reached into his traveler's bag and examined it. As expected, the half-finished brass charm had vanished, as had the minor arcana card, the Seven of Wands. The rules of the special dream are indeed a little different. Lumion nodded thoughtfully and returned the lucky gold coin to Ludwig at the Brieux Motel. Then Lumion stepped onto the street. In the darkness, he passed Camus, Ria, Lugano, and the others, who were busy rescuing and treating people, and arrived at Saint-Cyr Cathedral. All the candles in the cathedral had been lit, but only Padre Kali was present. Dressed in a white robe adorned with golden threads, he knelt before the altar and the sacred emblem, his head bowed in anguish. Lumion walked in step by step and took a seat in the front row. He watched Padre Kali quietly without disturbing him.